Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that UrbanX where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
What's good?
What's good?
What's good to the people out there, man?
Yeah, man.
About to get this thing started.
About to get this thing crack-a-lacking.
Out here for the people.
Out here for the people. I don't see us. Uh-oh.
I see us.
Oh, okay, there we go.
We good. We up.
There we are. We up in effect. Okay, all right. Everything is good. Can y'all hear us out there? Let us know what it is.
Do we sound good? Do we sound nice?
Are we sounding lovely?
This is for the live audience. For the podcast listeners, we know you can hear us.
Yeah, we know the podcast audience can hear us. Hit that like button. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is what we're talking about.
Welcome to another week of the UrbanX podcast.
Yes, in effect.
I'm not sure you guys know this, but we're a little fancy this week.
Oh, we gonna get fancy. We gonna get fancy.
Yeah, a little bit. You know what I'm
little
saying?
Fancy on them. Facts.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How was your week?
My week was good. Uneventful, quiet. Odyssey is preparing to go to college.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that little daddy moment. I'm like, oh, she packing all her stuff and and she's off, man. And
I'm actually very excited for her.
Yes,
I'm very happy.
No doubt.
She's gonna experience, what it's like to be, by herself.
She's gonna do some growing up. Still as a dad,
Yeah, I get that.
Got your daughter, she running off.
I totally get it.
I prepared her. You have prepared her
as best as I could.
She got 3 big brothers who I think who have prepared her as much as we could. A loving mother, supporting cast, aunts and uncles. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all in here heavy this week.
Yes, appreciate it.
Minnesota in the house, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Miami. Yeah.
So, did you make the Pride Week?
I didn't go to no Pride Week.
Listen, I'm just saying I didn't see you last Sunday at all. I was calling your phone. Yo, where's Malcom? Sunday, all gone.
I didn't go to no Pride Week.
You might. I thought I saw. I looked on the news. I said, look like Malcom.
I didn't go to no Pride Week.
At the Pride Week,
Don't disrespect me like that.
That wasn't you at the Pride Week.
No.
Okay, all right, y'all. I'm just checking.
See how this how rumors start, and then it's gonna be an exposed
I'm just
UrbanX
checking.
video on YouTube.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Might have saw you down at the Pride.
Yo, somebody. See, that's how rumors be starting. Cause somebody even asked if I date white women.
They did
in the comments
in
last
the comment
week.
section. They did. They said, "Does Malcom date white women?"
Which is Random as hell.
That was random. That was really random. Shout out to Isaiah Bryant. Peace and love to everyone representing old Atlanta. Lil Nas don't represent the men in Atlanta. Just know that. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Lil Nas a little bit.
We're gonna talk about that. That's a nice shirt you have on, sir.
Oh, thank you. I grew up on hip hop. You grew up on hip hop. Okay, it's a big difference.
Yeah, okay, explain the difference.
So hip hop is the culture, the b-boy, the MC, the DJ, the graph. You know what I'm saying? Using it to transform us from one state to another. I believe hip hop was a gift from our ancestors, teaching us the old traditions and methods just in an urban environment. So we just had to adjust how the drum was played by using turntables instead of the actual drum.
Right.
We had to use graph or graffiti or paint to put up the glyphs as opposed to carving it into stone.
Okay.
The way we dance is still very similar.
Right.
You know, the geometrical patterns used to convey messages is still there. And the oracle or the elder, the teacher, the one who passed down those traditions word to mouth became the MC. Those were the core principles, right?
That was all first
And
verse.
We didn't understand that we could use it to economically empower us. So by the time we figured it out, it was too late. Devils came in. What, did we create a word for devils? No. Oh, we said the real estate agents. Instead of the Jews,
okay,
we went with real estate agents.
That's hilarious.
Somebody in the chat came up with that. So the real estate agents
I like that. Go ahead.
got wind of that early.
Okay.
And the real estate agents set up shop so that we could not benefit
I like that.
from our own blood, sweat, and tears. And it turned us into subservient people who just was trying to use the art form for a few dollars. It was supposed to empower us economically, politically, socially, spiritually. All of those components, real hip hop has those components. Hip hop is just about a hot record. DJ Mustard and Migos got one out called Pure Water right now.
Oh yeah.
And it is hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? It is nothing hip hop about it.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of off topic, but Mustard's album is way better than Khaled's album.
Oh, okay. I need to check that out.
Yeah,
well, Mustard is an actual producer, no?
Yes.
So he put his hands on it.
Yes.
He wasn't just in the booth like, yeah, say that verse again. DJ Khaled.
Yeah, turn that knob.
Turn
3
that knob
centimeters
3
to the
centimeters. Now this is my song.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not doing that. He's actually, cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And finding the right artist to match with what he cooked up. Big difference.
Okay.
Right?
So do you want to get into the first, what we talking about?
Sure, let's get it popping. What are we talking about?
Okay.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
So, rapper Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X
comes out during Pride Week on Sunday. He comes out. He says he has a tweet, and he said, if you listen to the song Closure, he said basically you understand who he is. Basically, he was tired of hiding who he was. So everybody took that. He never explicitly said he was gay. I think somebody said he did, but I didn't.
I didn't get that from the message.
Yeah.
He kind of said, what this is. And
so that lends to the question, is he trolling? Because a lot of people, he's been a troll since he even got really famous.
Right.
He's just been trolling.
Right.
So a lot of people are wondering if it's a real announcement, if he really came out, because and then he has a tweet, he had a an Instagram post of a sad emoji, and he said say one more home of phobic thing to me with a gun. So
okay.
It sounds like he's playing he actually spelled home, the word home of phobic instead of the word homophobic.
Oh, I kind of like the play on words there. It's kind of cute. Here's the thing. He's a troll. The song now takes on different meaning.
Right.
Ride till you can't no more. Listen, I had my Frank Ocean moment. I did.
Come on.
I had a Frank Ocean moment when I heard that song. You know the one from the first album.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
And then I was like, shit. You know, but
Forrest Gump, yeah.
James Thomas, appreciate the support.
Even though that was a great album. I'm not gonna
It was a great album.
Yeah.
Once I got over that,
yeah.
you know what I mean, and had to realize that a lot of our artists over the years are alphabet. They like alphabet soup.
They like alphabet soup, yes.
They like alphabet soup.
Luther Vandross.
Oh, the list goes on
Yeah.
of those who actually like alphabet soup,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Some of them like chunky alphabet soup, but that's beside the point, right? So, in this day and time, what does he have next after this song? So he has to position himself, Lil Nas X, and then Lil Nas, why throw Nas name in there? Jeez, right? To position himself for what's next, because remember, attention is the new form of currency.
And a lot of people, somebody even said in the chat, a lot of people feel like he's an industry plant, like
Could be.
like they manufactured him to actually.
The real estate agents are
Think about it.
always at work.
So think about it. He has a country record, and we know how country people feel about people who like alphabet soup.
Absolutely.
So he's the #1 song like everywhere, like
Yes.
everywhere. So him coming out, what does that do? What does that say? And I told you the whole month of June, they were flexing.
Yes.
Like
that was their month.
Yeah, like
This is Pride Month.
Yeah.
And he caught the wave at the very end to maybe propel to keep his name in this a little further, because to be honest, who really cares?
Right.
Who really cares?
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? Except those in the country music world.
Yeah.
Which they consider him a cultural
Culture vulture.
culture vulture.
Yeah.
And
Are mad that he came out.
no, we're not.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's his own personal business.
Yeah.
We should be beyond the point of getting our panties in a bunch,
Yeah.
pause, for,
That was a good one.
you know what I mean, somebody else's transgressions.
That was good.
However, understanding how media works and how this whole process works, to me, he just caught a little lightning,
Yeah.
and his name is now in the news beyond the song.
Yeah.
So what he does next, and the song he comes out next, makes you scrutinize the song a little deeper. Is this a Brokeback Mountain situation?
But and you know what I noticed? So, what made the news this week also are the celebrities that came to his like support, like yo, proud of you. There was this Southern rapper, I don't know what his name is.
I saw that.
The Southern rapper, and he was just kind of like, yo, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nah. All of y'all should respect it too. He's talking to his friends or whatever. And then I saw a take that I thought was interesting, and I think it goes to a lot of situations that happens in society, right?
Okay.
That he said that support is the new form of clout chasing.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
something you probably really don't agree with, I support you, and now other people are saying, oh, look, Black Dot supported that. We should support Black Dot now.
So remember we spoke about reactivists.
Yes.
Those who are reacting to things.
Yo, prime example was all the companies that had rainbow stuff in their logo.
All of those companies do not support that way of life. And if they do, then we have come a long way in this country.
I don't believe it. I
However,
got a hard time believing it.
it was an opportunity.
Yeah.
And just like I said, when I saw Macy's do Kwanzaa Day sales about 15 years ago,
Yeah.
I said, okay, it's a wrap. Because they know nothing about Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
We barely know anything about
Yeah.
Kwanzaa. You know what I mean? All I know is me and your mother tried it a few years, and y'all was pissed because we was trying to make y'all wooden toys and shit, provide books and shit. And y'all said, whoa, what the fuck is this? You said, no, this is Kwanzaa. This is about giving. We went back to Toys R Us. We ain't waste no time. We was like, you know what? We gonna do both. You know, because you kids, you know, y'all just didn't grasp those particular concepts. So Lil Nas X could be a plant, just like XX, not X.
I'm talking about Tekashi.
Tekashi
Yeah.
appeared to be a plant.
Yeah.
It's easy to throw these plants out here so often now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
This next story I thought it was dope on a couple levels. So Venus Williams, she lost during the first round at Wimbledon to a 15-year-old named Corey Coco Goff.
Golf. Yeah.
And her father said that he said he could remember when she was young and he was watching Wimbledon, he was watching Serena go, and then he said, like, he made a comment like, yo, she's the GOAT. And then his daughter said, I want to be the GOAT. He said, I never changed her mind since. And
wow,
the fact that she beat her.
Oh, she put paws on Venus.
Yeah, she gave her a
she
good
put
one.
hands on
Yeah,
Venus. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, she gave her a good one.
Her serves was at least miles an hour.
But what's fire about it is for Venus and Serena, because remember, Serena lost last year.
Yes,
to the
other young girl,
the other young one
who's half Japanese or.
They like to highlight the Japanese part, but she's
a black girl. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So but again, like, these are like your children, basically.
These are you birthed it. These are your reflections.
Yeah.
And now your reflections are coming to say we are the higher vibration.
Yeah.
It's knowing when Allen Iverson crossed Michael Jordan. He showed it to him. He said, he showed it to him again, and then he hit him.
Yeah.
Now, Mike didn't fall from the throne, but it wasn't about that. It was saying we are the new generation coming in. We admire you. This is the way melanin works. Once melanin gets a reference point of something, it comes back stronger. Look at the way dudes dribble the ball. Look how high brothers is jumping now. Unheard of dunks.
First of all, look how young they're starting at. Like,
that's my
13-year-old jumping out the gym.
Absolutely, because there was a reference point along the way in which the melanin, that's your superpower. Yeah. Right? So this little girl was watching her father admire another woman. Let's peel back the layers. And his dad is like, oh, she's the GOAT. He said, no, I'm the GOAT. Look at me. What do little girls want more than anything else? Their dad's admiration and attention. You know what I mean? Look at me, daddy. Watch me, daddy. And then she put it into practice. She had a science test the day before the match. Yeah. She said she got a B on the science test. She got an A+ on the goddamn tennis test. Right? But just to goes to show you, she's a normal 15-year-old girl. And she put hands on Venus. No disrespect. Venus is who she is. Yeah. But there is a changing of the guard. There is always a changing of the guard. And that change is here now when you got 15-year-old girls who popping off.
Yeah, who's serving that. Because remember, that was like the only ones that was really serving that heat
was Serena.
Serena
and Venus.
Yeah.
They serve me, you pow, you don't even move. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So now we have the changing of the guard with the other black girl.
It's another one too.
Yeah,
it's another one.
These are their children.
Yeah.
They have birthed this, and I'm surprised we're not seeing more black people in golf because of Tiger Woods' presence. It's because golf is a little bit more exclusive. Like, they don't let too many. What word can we use for niggas? 'Cause we can't, we changing our vocabulary here so that YouTube don't. We'll go with nagas. Yeah. We'll go with nagas. The nagas, right? They don't let too many nagas go up into these exclusive clubs. So, but as I mentioned in one of my interviews, it is important for young black men to know how to play golf.
Right.
And my brother Derek Bell. Put me up on that because he said that's the way business is done now. You know what I mean? It used to be done in the strip clubs. No, it's done on the golf field now. So when you're trying to cut major deals,
that's why Trump likes golf so much.
It's because that's where deals are made. Yeah. So we can't wonder why we're not getting included in stuff because we're not on the golf course. Yeah. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if you know how to play. Yeah. You can learn. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm very surprised there aren't more black guys in and in hockey.
Hockey is like a real.
Let me explain to you why. Because of the way we roller skate.
Yeah.
And then we get the punch pilgrims in the face.
Some crackers. Oh, okay.
Pilgrims.
Okay, pilgrims.
Okay. Right? In the face.
Yeah.
You would think we would be with that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, just keeping that out there. So shout out to Coco Golf. She put that work in.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep an eye on her.
Yeah, to see
where she goes from here, and how that pans out.
I just got word that the Japanese girl got upset too. She lost too.
Oh yeah, she lost yesterday or today.
Yes,
I believe today.
Yes, she did.
Or yesterday she did lose. Maybe not keeping her focus.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep your focus, and this is why we have to give Venus and Serena a lot of credit for the level of excellence.
Right.
Now remember, last year Serena lost, but she had just came back from having the baby. Yeah. She hadn't really hit her stride, and that young black girl caught her at the right time.
Yeah, she did.
She caught her at the right time. Venus is a little bit more older now, and she's on the back end of hers,
which is crazy though. It's crazy to watch our athletes especially ones I grew up on get old.
Yes,
really lose a fraction of a second step, and they make all the difference.
Yes.
So Venus she's
Father Time is undefeated. So you also have to give guys like LeBron James credit but look how much LeBron invested in his body.
$1 million.
These hypodermic chambers.
Yeah.
He's investing money because he understands that his body is his vessel and his vehicle. Where a lot of guys, they said Joel Embiid from Philadelphia be coming out of the hotel with Taco Bell bags, and you could tell he's just one of them dudes who think he's just nice enough to eat all kind of crappy foods.
Thanks.
But when your body is your vessel by which your money is being made, you have to. Tom Brady,
same.
He does the same thing. He invests so that he can prolong the process a little bit longer than it was.
So real quick, I want you to explain this shirt.
I speak the language of nah mean. Do you know what I mean?
In parentheses.
In parentheses. The language of nah mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So we put curbs to language because the English language, first of all, which is not our language, is very linear. Locked within the language is all the secrets that keep us trapped. We are not a linear people. We are a circular, feminine type of people in terms of how we see things as a collective holistically. So when we're speaking a language, in order to make the language work for us, in some ways, we have to add curvatures to it. So instead of saying, do you know what I mean? We could say, nah, I mean, and it adds, a hat to the language. It makes us ours. It goes back to the slave plantation when we had to create pig Latin and other languages to speak around so-called slave masters so they didn't understand, what we were saying and things of that nature. I have a whole chapter in the book, Urban Culture Decoded, called, I Speak the Language of Nah Mean.
That was a good book, by the way.
It's a very good book. You should get it. You should go to shopUrbanX.com. Is it on that?
No, it's on UrbanX. No, it's on
iDecoded.com.
I guess
we're gonna put it on
Yeah.
shopUrbanX.com.
That makes sense.
And so you can get that book. But that's just some of the hacks in the language which brought about hip hop. E40 is probably the best.
Yeah, he comes up with all types of
slangs that his people understand. Now, me and you could travel to any city and we can begin to pick up on the slang because we just understand.
Except for Baltimore, they have some really
nasty
slang.
They got some certain places you gotta really
shout out to Baltimore.
You really gotta dig in. But if you stay there long enough,
that's a fact.
You'll be able to understand.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but that's at shopUrbanX.com.
Yeah, that one too.
And this one.
Yeah. So, what you think about the world being on Kawhi Leonard watch?
Yeah, I mean, has the word came through yet?
I don't know. I haven't gotten the word.
I think he's going back to Toronto. It's starting to look like he's going back to Toronto.
And I think at this point, the league is worried about it being even and
parity.
Out.
Yeah, parity. him going back to Toronto would kind of level the playing field. Him playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis is really a wrap.
But you know, I think it's amazing the way people are saying, I'm just not gonna watch next season. But
you're
last
lying.
year,
last 4 years you watched when Golden State
had a stacked ass team,
had a stacked team, and nobody said nothing.
And then they added Boogie, and then everybody. I was outraged by that.
I was outraged when they added Boogie.
I was
like, are y'all serious? Y'all gonna add Boogie for a veterans minimum, and then have him ready for the playoffs? But the way the basketball gods work, injury after injury after injury, they didn't get that job done.
Yeah,
and
Boogie can't even get a job right now.
Nah. He's just laying in the cut right now.
Yeah, that's sad.
Sad. He has 148 games. He has the most games of 25 points and 10 rebounds in the last 5 years, followed by Anthony Davis.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So the fact that he can't get no work is a sign of the times too. Remember, that traditional big man, a slumbering big man in the middle, is gone. We playing positionless basketball. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where you got to be able to switch each.
Yeah, he was a liability out there.
He's a liability out there.
It was bad.
They put him in a pick and roll. He's a liability.
I thought it was interesting the fact how I feel like the NBA, ESPN, like Sports World is making us think Kawhi Leonard's a great player, but he's not that great. They're exalting him now.
Yeah, but this is what we're doing. This is the narrative now because they're looking for what is after LeBron. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is so dominant. You know what I mean? And LeBron's story is not over. He will get one ring at minimum in LA to kind of add to his legacy. But if he goes there, then it's really like a wrap. Because LeBron morphs into Magic Johnson at that point, where he only got to score 15 points a game, and he can have 15 assists because of all the shooters that are around them. But we will wait, and we will see.
So that was our sports talk.
Yeah, we got a little sportsy on you guys.
That was our sports talk.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, going back to the Serena, she was just placed on the Wheaties box.
Yes, this is her first.
Yeah.
Well, let's clap that up. Yeah. This is her first Wheaties box. I found that to be crazy.
Yeah.
All these years that she's been the number one athlete in the world at her position, she just gets a Wheaties box.
Well, I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know Wheaties still existed.
Come on. Wheaties is more. It's not necessarily about the cereal per se. It's about the accomplishment of.
Yeah, I know that was a thing, like making the Wheaties box. I get it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah. So
No doubt. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats on that. You know what? I think it's time for a commercial break.
Oh, we got to pay some bills?
We got to pay a few bills.
Okay.
And then we're going to be right back with y'all. We get real fancy on y'all. Yeah. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Let's go to a commercial break. What makes a great t-shirt? Is it fashion, fit, comfort? Is it what's printed on the front of the shirt? Whether it's a humorous message, political, or a social statement made to bring awareness to a noble cause? At UrbanX TV, we believe that all of those things make a great t-shirt and then some. So we wanted to create a t-shirt line that was a little bolder, a little bit more challenging, one that stepped out of the boundaries. So we decided to introduce to you our Not So Subtleties. It's one that speaks to the sentiments of what's going on in our environment today. It's one that will spark conversation. So log on to UrbanX.nyc to pick up your Not So Subtleties today, or shop UrbanX.com to pick up the latest in urban apparel. We thank you for your support. Peace. And we are back.
Oh, snap.
In effect.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
That happened.
That happened.
That
happened on y'all.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? We don't want y'all to think we here playing.
Yeah.
We not playing. Okay? So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we trying to do the damn thing. And Yeah, so hit UrbanX up.
Shop UrbanX.
Shop UrbanX.com.
Get that merch. You know
and get that merch, man. Get that merch.
So this story came across. I particularly enjoyed it.
Okay, you enjoyed it.
I particularly enjoyed it.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
A professor from SUNY Westbury, my
alma mater. Okay.
He wrote an article saying called "Seeing Poor White People Makes Me Happy."
Seeing poor white people.
Yes.
Pilgrims.
Professor Nicholas Powers. I actually never had him, but
makes him happy. Were you familiar?
Yes.
That he was on the campus.
Yes, I wasn't. A lot of my friends told me that was their favorite professor.
Okay.
And he was a literature professor. And he's tenured, so he's one of those.
So it's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, and they hate it. They really can't stand it.
So what was his premise? No, first of all, let's clap that up.
Yeah.
I too enjoy seeing very poor pilgrims.
Basically, he was just saying you guys are born with these privileges, and the fact that you're poor, it kind of just does something for him.
If you are white and poor, that's bad. But remember, most of middle America, see that's the thing about it.
Yeah.
We get the perception that white people aren't poor.
Yeah.
These trailer park pilgrims, man, they are real poor.
Yeah, so
they don't even, some of them can't even read and write. You know what I'm saying? To have the truth be told.
Yeah.
But we don't see them here in New York City. So when you see poor white people, you go, damn, not only are you white and you poor, like, man, what happened in your life?
What did you do?
You know what? I'm gonna give you $1, man, because I feel worse for you than I feel for black people. Because, geez.
In the article, he said, white people begging us for food feels like justice. And he said, it feels like a black nationalist wet dream.
Ooh.
He was going off. And they wrote about it in the New York Post, which is like a historically, if you're from New York City, it's a very, very conservative newspaper.
Okay.
The Post. And the first line of the article said, a professor at SUNY Westbury is offering a lesson in hate. He was big mad.
Oh, yeah. When you start throwing the trigger words out there, a lesson in hate.
Yeah, and look at the way he described him. He goes, Nicholas Powers, an associate professor of literature at a taxpayer-funded public college on Long Island. He was trying
to rib him.
Yeah, he was trying to rib him.
Yeah.
But like I said, tenured professors, you really can't do anything about.
Right.
And with the college, the way the college market is now, especially with professors, to even being a full professor, because a lot of people are adjunct professors.
I don't even know what that is. Explain what that is.
An adjunct professor, they usually are temporary per semester, and they usually work at 5 different schools in the area.
Okay, got you.
It's a full salary.
Got you.
And they at the school.
They at that one specific school.
Yeah.
And they here. And a tenured means basically you can't touch me.
Yes.
I put my time in. Yeah. How do you become a tenured? Is it years on the job?
It's years and performance. So you get recommended. You get graded by the students as well. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at the end you get you fill out reviews for the professors, and professors who have all the time they have really good reviews and things like that. Then it takes a while though.
Takes a while, but once you get it,
once you get it, that's why teachers stay. Real professors stay there so long.
Ah, got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of professors are adjunct. I didn't know that.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
So I thought that was funny.
That's
I never
funny.
had him. I wish I did though.
Yeah, you would have had some fun.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
Yo, so I heard. Chris Brown came out with a new album.
Yes, he has. I like the song with him and
Drake.
Drake, it's an easy song for them to do.
Yeah, very.
It's not very creative, so I don't want to insult my creatives out there. But when you put them two on the same song, considering that they had beef, considering that they're now no longer beefing,
right.
And it's a very easy song to put Drake on the hook, put Chris Brown on the hook, and So but he has a whole new album.
It's 30 something songs.
But didn't he just come out with 40 songs?
Yes, and that's
He came out with 45 songs just like a year ago. Like,
Yeah.
what is his deal?
So I don't. So that's just a reflection of the streaming era.
Okay.
So if I was
So he's going the opposite of the way Kanye West saw it.
Yes.
Kanye West saw it. They're gonna only stream maybe 7 songs at a time. Why not have my whole album streamed?
Just keep streaming. His thing is just having something. It's so much music.
It's so much music that you have to pay me.
And then if you if you follow him, he has like his team puts out a set of like guidelines for his fans on when to stream it, how to stream it, so he can chart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So they put out the how to.
Yeah. Like
wow.
Like
okay.
sign up for Apple Music at this time. You don't have to pay if you close it before 30 days is up, but you have to be streaming the album within those 30 days.
And then you can shut it down.
Yeah, he's going hard.
Okay. Is it working? Is it effective?
I guess it is effective.
Okay.
I guess it is effective because he charts and things like that. So he has a song lyric where he said he only wants to mess with black B-words with nice hair.
Okay, he only want to mess with black women.
Black women with nice hair.
But he called them the B word.
He called them itches with a B.
Okay, so
how did you what did you take from that?
When I first heard it, I wasn't sure what he meant by nice hair. Like, is he the regular Negro who thinks straightened hair, blonde hair is nice hair? Or was he of the mindset that nice hair is whatever your hair is? If it's the natural, understanding where he's from, I'm pretty sure he was talking the European look.
Right. And so here's the thing as well, because he tried to play the, that's my preference. He was like, you girls don't want guys with bad teeth. So,
how can you relate someone's bad teeth, which may not be a choice? We're not talking about clean teeth. Clean teeth, and that's a choice. But if you got the 2 fangs or your shit is just a little twisted, that's a choice too. Like if you have health care, you can get that fixed. But hair is a choice. Now, I will say this. I used to be a stickler with that.
With like natural hair?
With natural hair.
Okay.
And then I had to say, in the world we live in, loosen up. You know what I'm saying? Homie, pipe it down. Because I started talking to women with straight hair, and some of them were more conscious or woke than sisters with blown out afros. You see what I'm saying? And I had to say it's not as cut and dry. Now, the way it may appear, you know what I mean? I get that. But when you first enter into consciousness,
right,
or you first have your first revelations of being woke, you run a very disciplined, you know what I'm saying, regiment of the way you think things should be. I gotta drink juice. I gotta say hotep. I gotta wear this chain and go to the meetings. And then you realize life don't work that way. Yeah. Life is a, assimilation of your environment and other things that take place. And then you pipe it down a bit and go, it's not really that serious. Yeah. However, we do understand that there are young women who don't identify with being black. So the blonde hair, what that does for them. We do know that Hollywood has a set of rituals for a lot of our black women, where they go through the blonde hair process. We do understand all of these things. So I'm not going to sit here and pussyfoot with our audience about that aspect. But it's not as cut and dry as that. Okay. You know what I mean? So his preference is his preference.
Well, his preference is his preference, but when discussing good hair and bad hair in the context of black women, I
can agree with you. I can agree with what you're saying there.
And then there's also a lot of rumors, like, I don't know if it's a rumor at this point, but it's like a known thing, like his VIP section, he tells his security guards no dark-skinned women.
I heard about that as well. I heard he don't want no darkies.
No darkies, that was the word. Yeah.
No darkies. And then somebody recently did a video where they were including, but we thought it was a publicity stunt.
Why'd you say darkies?
I'm sorry. Got me using this.
That was Tory Lane.
Tory Lanez.
That was Tory Lanez. Yeah.
Right, and Tory Lanez was like, nah, let the dark sisters in and this and that.
And then she came out and she was like, no, that was
all
stage.
Yeah, it's all staged.
Yeah.
So we do understand that Hollywood light skin aspect of things. But look at him. He's yellow himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these dudes, they hate.
Yo, so that's this conversation actually, the light skin dark skin thing, it came up in the NBA with Steph Curry.
Yes.
Because this dude, he said that players hate on Steph Curry because
he was light skinned.
Because like he has a good film.
Was that Iguodala who said that?
That was not Iguodala. It was Barnes. Dude from the
Harrison Barnes.
Not Harrison Barnes.
The other Barnes.
Yes.
The ones who he's on ESPN now,
yes.
or Fox Sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Chris Broussard and Shannon Sharp, they tried to have the discussion on what's that show? Not First Take. Undisputed. And it was a really. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Really clunky discussion. Like they really. Like they were trying to push the line and trying to have this conversation for real.
Shannon Sharp usually is very smooth.
No, they actually both are. Like I've seen Chris Broussard talk about race, but I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I feel
and
like,
because I didn't see the actual conversation, it's hard for me to gauge. But again, we're still dealing with that. We're still dealing with that.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with that. It's 2019,
Yeah.
and this is the things that hinder us because these things are what they are.
Yeah.
He can't change the way he looks. So what do we? I like Bob Marley. Bob Marley has a white father. I like J. Cole. His mother's white. I like Alicia Keys. Her mother's white. I like Drake. His mother's white. Where do we go when we start dealing with this? Because the rabbit hole runs deep.
Yeah.
So we have to.
One thing that in that conversation that was deep that he actually touched on, I thought was interesting. Me and you had this conversation. He talked about new players that are drafted. How, like he said, a lot of them are light skinned because like their fathers played ball and like in college and pro, and they got with white women.
I
remember, I never forget you said that. You was like, it's a lot of light skinned players getting drafted. Like it's a lot of mixed players. He was like, those are those players that got with white women.
This is the after effect of that. Remember, you go away to these colleges in Oklahoma City and Iowa, and it's nothing but white women there. And they throw in, can we say white women, or what do we say?
Nah, we not gonna lose our edge that much.
Okay, we ain't gonna lose that much.
We ain't gonna lose that much edge.
White women at these places, and as a result, they doing your laundry for you, they tickling your balls. You know, they doing all of these things, and you only have so much discipline. You know what I mean? And they got they woodies too. Can we keep it a buck? These ain't white girls with flat asses no more. So they got something going on in their gene pool. And these is white girls with big asses who got money. They got cars. They tickling these brothers' balls and doing their laundry. And then when they get drafted, who do you see on their side? Even the ones coming up.
Yeah.
The number one pick.
Yeah.
And he's got a white girl sitting next to him, and she happy.
Yeah.
Especially in football. I don't know what's going on in football, but they, and I think their parents are sending. These are the poor white people that this professor's talking about.
Oh, right.
And he's telling me, and these white trailer park moms are saying, girl, just go to that university and get you one of them niggas, one of them high jumping niggas, and bring that money on home, girl, so we can get out of this trailer park. That's just my humble opinion, because every time I turn around and they get drafted, most of the time on their right side is a white girl who's giggling. So, like she came up on the come up.
So I thought that was an interesting conversation.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So shout out to our mods. Shout out to our mods in the chat. They going to work because a lot. Of
thank you to our moderators for handling that work. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Appreciate y'all handling that business.
Yeah.
Now, for my mods, I don't mind a constructive criticism. So somebody going in on, because I wear my my pants, I can deal. But if they just wilding out, just get them out of there. You know what I mean? If they trolling, let's get them out of there. But if they say I got a big head and shit, you can let them stay. They're cool.
So there was a story in London where a 10-year-old girl, she was suspended from school for a week for asking permission from her teacher to be exempted from participating in Pride Month.
Wow. Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, I think
so. She was suspended
suspended
because she didn't want to participate in Pride Month and be educated on Pride.
Yes.
And this is where they listen. This is significant because we are now at a point where you ain't got no choice but to learn this. You know what I mean? So they're putting themselves in position to say, this is here, this is a reality now, because I would never learn that in school as a kid.
Right.
Ever. And as a parent, I should be able to say, those are lessons I'd like to teach at home. I don't think this is a part of the curriculum, because what are you telling my kid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That should be something that should be discussed at home.
Like, I remember when I was in elementary school, before they could teach us about HIV, we had to take a letter home to get.
You had to get that letter permission to even teach you about that. Even sex ed in general was something that was like sticky, like birds and the bees, and now so
I mean,
excuse me, teacher. How do two men make a baby? Well, John, that's a great question. How do you answer that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is scissors? How do two women do the scissors? I mean, where do we go with this? Yeah. Or is it love is love? So when we say love is love, you down with the alphabet soup. Does that not include the physical aspect of love? Or is that the private part? And just recognizing, or to be fair to the people out in the chat, is this an awareness of the people around you? You see what I'm saying? Right. Because it could be pride awareness. So that you recognize when one of your friends, he has two daddies that come pick him up, you don't wild out on them. You go, okay, I'm aware that some people have two dads. Just to be fair. So how do they, you know what I mean? Is it pride awareness? Because in the world we live in now, these are questions when you have children, your children are going to ask, Dad, yo, shit was crazy. I mean, let me give you a ghetto Cosby story.
Oh, I know exactly what you're about to say.
Haven't given you one in a while.
I know exactly.
Right?
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Now, when me and your moms was together, this was years ago, we lived, in the hood. There was a transgender. Is that what they call it? Yeah. Okay. Transgender named Dee Dee that lived in the building. Yeah. Right? Now, obviously, me and your mother knew Dee Dee was a man, but Dee Dee carried herself as a woman. Dee Dee had a boyfriend, a regular, shuck. So Marcus, your older brother, he was young. He couldn't have been no more than 10 at the time. And, he would see Dee Dee and the boyfriend all the time. Now, they were kind of, rambunctious. They would fight and shit, And one time, they had the blowout. And they was in there fighting. And Dee Dee came running out of her apartment. And Dee Dee's nightgown opened up like the Red Sea. And Marcus saw some shit that he was not supposed to see. He saw Dee Dee's ding-ding. Now, he ran upstairs as fast as he could and said, Ma, you're not going to believe this shit. This is exact words. You're not going to believe this shit. He's 10. Dee Dee has got a dick. And we fell out so fucking hard because the shock on his face to realize that Dee Dee had a dick. So this is the world we live in. Yeah. And when you don't know, these are your responses. Yeah. So that's the
that was funny.
Cosby, my ghetto Cosby story of the day.
That'll probably got me too. Like,
yeah, he didn't try to shook. He said, "Yo, you're not gonna believe this shit. Dee Dee's got a dick." And I couldn't stop
That's funny.
laughing. My stomach hurt so bad.
Shout out to Marcus.
Shout out to Marcus. We'll bring him on the show
Yeah.
soon. You know, he's constantly making it happen.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Yo, so you know Ice?
Ice is what kind of ice we talking? Like ice?
The immigration.
Oh, them dudes.
Them dudes, yeah. So they ran a fake university in Michigan to catch immigration fraud.
They ran a whole goddamn
The
university.
University of Farmington in Farmington Hills, Michigan, was billed as a nationally accredited business school and STEM institution, and they did it as a part of a sting operation to get people who are here illegally.
That's the lowest of the low. It don't get no lower than that.
Yeah.
They created a whole university. Now, I've seen some sting operations to catch pedophiles and all of that kind of stuff. But they taking it to and where was this at?
Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Wow. So how many people did they catch?
I know they didn't catch any. So.
They didn't catch nobody?
Not like they got exposed before.
Oh, before it was
Yeah.
okay. Because you went in for your classes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Nah.
hey, Eduardo's here. I'm here to learn the
Yes.
computers.
Yeah, I think that's foul. That's a different level.
But that's a
of foul.
different level. But this is under Trump's administration. You have people pushing the envelope and pushing the edge on what they're willing to do, and the arrogance of these pilgrims who are immigrants themselves. The arrogance of these pilgrims who are immigrants themselves to act like it's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, scarcity, or the concept of scarcity instills fear in people, in which they think, something is being taken away from them. And that's the world we live in. But, that's crazy.
Did you, so we spoke last podcast because the first part of the Democratic debates were happened the night before. But the actual night we did our podcast, the second night happened.
The second night with Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And, when I say they are pushing Kamala Harris.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
They are really trying to, everybody you saw. And then here's the thing, too. I watched
her prosecution record is crazy.
Dude.
It's crazy. If she can explain that, talk to me.
But nobody has really challenged her yet. First of all, these debates are a joke.
Yes.
A joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
All it is a bunch of quippy one-liners because it's 10 of y'all.
It's too many people.
It's too many people.
So I don't even really get interested in the process until we get to a point where it's two people.
Yeah.
Then I go, okay, this is the selected individual to go up against Trump, and now we cooking. Or at least two Democratic, contestants and their agenda, and which now our agenda falls way down the list now.
Yeah.
So now it's immigrants and alphabet soup team.
Yeah, and then and I was telling people, I told people on the podcast, like, look, pay attention to how much they talk about black issues. They did not. I think they mentioned reparations like once. Maybe,
and it was kind of like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And reparations will be the carrot, which we spoke about, that is dangled. You know what I mean? But even that will lose its steam under the guise of free
college
tuition,
college loans,
forgiveness, all of that old kind of stuff. To keep you Negroes happy, because the numbers I'm hearing for reparations is 17 trillion, 18 trillion dollars.
Yeah.
Like, how's that even possible? You know what I mean? How are they going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, and this is me being the nigga I am, when they start cutting the checks,
that's funny.
I will be in line. Yeah. Dwayne with the B. Yeah.
Yo, I saw this because shout out to DJ Money Coach.
Shout out to the DJ Money Coach. Absolutely.
So I saw a TED Talk.
Okay.
About how pedophilia should be looked at as homosexuality, as a TED Talk.
Okay. Oh, wow.
TED Talk. Yeah, and she was saying that telling them not to be pedophiles is telling them not to be who they are.
I've been saying it, but
we only look down upon it because of just
societal.
Yeah, the fact that they even gave that woman a platform, I was like,
well,
whoa.
Again, this is the time we live in. I hate to keep beating this drum. I told you certain things. This is their nature in certain aspects, and they're tired of having to hide who they are to please you and your moral standards. Y'all don't. I'm telling you, these people are animals. There's humankind, and then there's mankind.
Yo, dude.
And mankind has an entire different agenda. You know what I mean?
I was floored.
To the fact that now, as you said, a TED Talk. Who goes to TED Talks? Intellectuals. Those who the movers and shakers. She ain't talking to nobody. She talking to real people. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're tired. They keep adding the letters and they're trying to confuse you because I see a couple of P's in there. And they go, no, that P don't stand for pedosexual. That P is for pansexual. And I'm like, okay, I get the alphabet soup. Y'all keep, adding more letters to the alphabet soup.
That's funny.
Trying to make the shit more chunky and more edible. I get it. But this is the world we live in. And I've always tried to be one, even though I stand strong on my square, don't put myself in a bubble too much that I'm out of touch with what's going on around me. You know what I mean? So the HBCU college thing, I'm not a big fan of.
Okay.
I mean, meaning, don't get me wrong, any kids that are going to school need, but because the world is not made up of rah-rah black shit going on.
This is true, but there was a time when it was needed because that's all we could go
Absolutely. To. So we out of necessity, we created black universities. But now, when you step out into the real world, there are Chinese people, Koreans, Mexicans, blacks, whites, especially if you're stepping into the corporate world and you're trying to do business and you don't want to be culture shocked.
Have you ever just scrolled down Black Twitter? That is its own world on its
own. No.
Dude, when I say they live in just their own world, because now the thing is, how they're making live action movies out of everything?
Yeah.
So they're doing one of The Little Mermaid, and all of a sudden, the main villain needed to be a black woman. And I'm just like, it's a cartoon, and the woman was an octopus, and it was an octopus. How does that need to be a black woman? And everybody's up in arms about it. It was on the Breakfast Club. They were talking about it. It was you know what I'm saying? Just living in your own world.
Absolutely. That only works if you can afford to live in your own world.
That's a fact.
But within reality,
that is a fact.
As we're teaching our children to come out into the grand scheme of things. Now, I'm not talking about losing your identity. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this. When you know who you are and it's taught from home, I don't need to send you to college to reinforce that. I need you to go to college to grow up.
Right.
I need you to go to college to understand some independence. And perhaps while you're there, search and find something that is a part of you that will always be a part of you, not to come out and be a slave and work in the system. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But, understanding those concepts, so I was never really a big fan in this day and time of the HBCU, but I do understand its need then.
Yeah.
And if you go to one now, big up. I'm not trying to knock it, but please don't come out of that thinking that the world revolves around you and your,
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the alumni, the way they talk about their schools, it'll make you want to go.
It's fun.
You remember what's that book? Between the World and Me, Ta-Nehisi
Yes,
Coates?
very good, very good.
The way
book.
he talked about Howard, I was like, I gotta go.
Yes,
I was already in school. I was like, I gotta transfer now.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I get that. The sense of camaraderie. The sororities and this and that, and I get all of that. But you still have to be able to function in the world as it presently constructed. And that's pretty much...
Wait, let's pay some bills.
All I'm saying.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
Oh, we're going to pay some more bills?
Yeah, pay some bills.
All right, well, let's pay some bills.
We'll be right back with you. You know what I'm saying?
We'll be right back with you. Tired of reading, doing research, and extensive studying to fact check the information that you present? Well, now you don't have to. Become a YouTube scholar.
That's right, a YouTube scholar. Throw away those books. No need to quote real scholars. Burn those research papers. All you need is a YouTube connection. Watch YouTube videos at night, in the daytime, during breakfast, while you're on the toilet. Impress your friends with information you really don't know. After 100 videos watched, you are now a YouTube scholar. To sign up for this program, dial 1-800-WHY-STUDY. That's 1-800-WHY-STUDY. But wait, there's more. Log on to shopurbanx.com to pick up the latest in urban apparel.
Yes.
And we're back.
The Rhythm, the Rebel.
And we're back.
Speaking of that, Spike Lee had the 30th anniversary
Of Do the Right
of
Thing.
Do the Right Thing. Yeah, let's clap that up for Spike.
Clap that up.
You know what I mean? Which was a groundbreaking movie. I'm not going to get into what Spike is into now. That's,
Okay. All right.
That's
All right.
neither here or there.
Okay.
But at the time, that movie was important.
I understand.
You know, it served its purpose. Fight the Power. I saw Chuck D was out there.
Oh, okay.
He did Fight the Power, which is still relevant to this day.
He directed that?
No, he wrote the song Fight the Power.
What are you talking about?
Chuck D.
Oh, I know that. I thought you were talking about Spike Lee.
Oh no, Spike Lee was out there, gave the big
What was the segue from Spike Lee to Chuck D?
because Chuck D was performing the song Fight the Power
Oh, okay.
this weekend.
I got it.
That was the main song in the movie.
Got it.
Yeah. You were a little too young.
I don't think I was born when that came out.
No, you wasn't. 1989.
Yeah, I was not.
1989, the summer.
Yeah.
Another summer.
I was not.
Dance with the funky drama. Yeah. So, again, very important movie dealing with race relations. You know, it gives us time to reflect on how far we've come and how far we still need to go. So there's still work to do, but shout out the 30th anniversary
That was dope.
of that movie.
It was actually the 25th anniversary of The Bronx Tale.
The Bronx Tale. I saw the girl and the guy
Yeah.
recently. So that was another dope classic movie from my childhood that I remember very well.
Yeah, man.
So what else we got on the docket?
Man, we got a rare sighting of Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
He had a problem with the Nike. They were putting out some sneakers that had the Betsy Ross version of the American flag with 13 colonies.
Yeah.
And he said him and a lot of other people were offended because the
What
flag,
other people he was talking about? I wasn't offended, but go ahead.
because it referenced the flag during times of slavery, and so they got Nike to take down the shoes, to stop selling the shoes, and other people are like, whoa. Because first of all, I think a lot of people were shocked that he had so much like cachet with Nike. Like, what?
Well, he's down with Nike.
He is down with Nike, but
go ahead.
But like, he has the power to tell them to like take something down.
No, I think they're trying to reintroduce Colin Kaepernick into the mainstream because he took a hit with the take the money and run shit.
He definitely did.
He took a major hit with I can't speak about it, but I got paid. And this is because, first of all, how does Nike...
First of all, shout out to Roxanne Wilson. Appreciate this.
We appreciate that, Roxanne. Yeah, Radio Raheem. Love. Hate. Facts. How does Nike, a multi-billion-dollar company, not know that is insensitive, you know, to certain people? They have to know. I think they did that purposely. I don't think they ever was going to release that sneaker. It was, again, during this time to get some free press and introduce Colin Kaepernick to give off the opinion. This is just my humble opinion that he's still active in what it is he's doing out here because he was offended. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because, I mean, come on. That's a part of American history.
Yeah.
Right? And we can act like we don't want to deal with it, but it's a fact. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that. How are you not supposed to celebrate American history
with no slavery?
With no slavery.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
Shout out to the people that's cooking out tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to those who got the cookout going.
Yeah, shout out to the people cooking out tomorrow.
Throwing some shit up on the grill.
Yeah.
And who don't give a shit about none of that. It's just that they off.
Yeah.
That's all they know is they off.
Because Dear Hughley tweeted, if you stop listening to R. Kelly because of the terrible things he's done, but you're cooking out for 4th of July, you're a hypocrite.
Absolutely, clap that up. And this lends to selective hypocrisy. Selective, how we select the things we want to go after. And now, am I saying that you should not be aware of during 1776 that we were still slaves? Of course not. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? I'm simply saying you got the day off. What you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Throw some dogs on the grill if that's what you into. Throw a couple of dogs on the grill, have a couple of cold ones, call some of your boys over.
Yeah.
Right? You will not be excluded from conscious heaven if you did that. Side note, the African Arts Festival is taking place in Brooklyn this weekend, starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is huge. You know what I mean? To get you some African cultural wares, some good food, some music. I know Red Pill will be out there, Blue Pill, Mama Pill. I think they got the food going. I'm pretty sure my man Pharaonic from Pharaonic Designs, shout out Pharaonic Designs, will be out there. King Simon will be out there. All of the usual suspects. The weather will be perfect. So if you are in the New York area, make a trip down there and you spend a few dollars with some of our people and make that happen.
Shout out to I don't want to ruin your name. I'm sorry.
Adwa.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Adwa.
Appreciate you.
I hope I said that right. Appreciate you. We appreciate all the support.
Facts.
That we get here.
Facts.
For what we do, and as you see, we're taking the production up.
Oh yeah. We first season, because that was the first season.
Yeah. First season.
Last year, that was the first season of the podcast. We had a little technical.
Yeah, we had some technical.
We had some problems.
We
do, and this is still even new to us right now, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
But for the people who are watching, the podcast, not just listening, we are taking the steps to, put on a very quality show.
We want to put on a quality show for you, from the content, from our perspective, to the visuals, to the audio. We want to spend some time to show you that we're putting time into the show. We're not just up here talking smack.
So, DJ DeMonico, he hit me with this last week, and he just hit me with it again. He said there are black churches giving scholarship money to non-blacks, for non-black students.
So wait a minute, wait. So we've been giving to the black church for the last 200 years.
Yes.
150 years.
Yes.
And now they're giving scholarships to non-blacks. What's the purpose of this?
I don't know. There's a video.
Are there not enough black students who need scholarships?
No, I doubt that, because we all need scholarships.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if I don't know if you remember, Umar did a video talking about the way we give so much money to black churches, but they put their money in white banks, and white banks in turn kind of finance the regentrification of neighborhoods. So we're kind of doing it to ourselves.
We're doing it to ourselves.
One of the
$420 billion. I don't know who came up with that number, but that's supposed to be the amount of money we've been giving to churches, and we're not receiving any of those benefits from these churches in the direct sense, unless it's a part of the 501c3, the state laws where they have to give out in this day and time. Because once you have a church, this is like a regular business, you get that 501c3, it comes with certain mandates that say you must do this and you must do that, maybe through gentrification or reverse affirmative action, where now you have to give certain money to those outside of the so-called black community. But that's a travesty. A travesty. The church itself, if you into it, was supposed to be where you can go and at least get some of the support that's needed. So that's a travesty.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And that's a shame.
It's a shame, actually.
Right? We're gonna be doing some work with the money coach soon, right?
Oh, facts. So we're gonna be doing we're doing a webinar with DJ the Money Coach, and the next interview I do, he's gonna explain it more in greater detail. We'll probably have him
not easily entertained. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm gonna have him explain it to the people a little more. I've worked with him.
Right. So in a nutshell, he's gonna be doing consultations.
Yeah.
Right. And if you want a consultation, see what we're trying to do here as well. We have our resident spiritualist in Oba, who we lean on for some spiritual. So now we're introducing you to our resident money coach.
Yes.
Right? And he's going to be doing personal one-on-ones with you at a small fee, right? If you're interested, and to have somebody in this day and time who you can reach out to give you the coaching, because we all need coaching. We all need guidance. So we will begin to introduce the money coach on a grander scale.
Yes.
So that if you're interested, if you're not, that's fine. If you got it together, that's cool. If you're interested, and then we'll have our herbalist and other things that we feel comfortable introducing our audience to.
Yes, because we don't want to introduce our audience to anything fugazi.
No, nothing fugazi. You know everything that we feel we believe in, and we can put our stamp on. We want to say, listen, if you need a reading, you go see Oba. If you need a financial reading, you go see the money coach. If you need this, you go see, you know what I mean?
Numerology, King Simon.
Oh yeah, numerology. You're gonna go see the king, and he gonna drop these things for you. And if you need to see the Hulk, you come see me.
Ooh,
right? That's a plug.
What's the Hulk stand for again?
Hip Hop Urban Life Coach. On Mondays,
yes,
we are going to, maybe not this Monday coming, maybe the next Monday. We're gonna do our live half hour, nothing major. I'm gonna be taking nothing but questions on hip hop, the urban environment, life itself, anything I can add, and you want to ask me these questions, I'm going to be answering them for free. You know what I mean? Within that half an hour span, and so we'll call that the Hulk.
So you can actually email your questions to UrbanX.NYC at gmail.com.
UrbanX@GY.
See, look at you. UrbanX.NYC at gmail.com, or you can go straight to UrbanX.NYC and you can contact us through there as well.
Absolutely. Put your questions in there. No questions are off limits unless I can't answer it. Then one thing, if you know who I am, I'll be like, dude, I can't answer that question because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But something I can answer.
Yo, so me and my pops was sitting earlier, and then we came across the trailer for a Wu-Tang series that's gonna be on Hulu.
Ooh,
looks dope.
This looks dope.
It's not a documentary. It looks like a series. Like Dave East is playing Method Man. I think ODB's son is playing him.
Yes. ASAP Rocky is playing.
Not ASAP Rocky.
Not
no.
ASAP.
Joey Badass is playing Inspector Deck, I believe.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be dope. So we want you to tune in.
I bomb atomically.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I saw the documentary.
I didn't see it yet.
You need to see that to kind of bring you up to speed on just how phenomenal Wu-Tang was as a group and as a movement, and what they meant to the culture of hip hop, and how you can have so many different individual stories being told, because they were the first one to get a group deal and individual deals, which changed the game forever. So shout out Wu-Tang.
It's gonna be on Hulu. I think September 2nd.
Okay, because I see Dave East has been doing some acting lately.
Yeah.
I saw him and I watched something on Netflix called Hip Hop Beats or something. It was a little story, and he's starting to get some lines. And I also heard he's trying to try out for the Knicks. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, shout out to Quan S. We appreciate the support. Keep pushing and striving. We will.
And Donnie Austin, shout out you too. Don't give to the churches, give to the needy people. Do you have a Facebook page? We do. UrbanX. UrbanX is the Facebook page.
You'll see the logo, our logo. You can see it there.
Yes. So,
and we have an Urban Excellence page as well.
Yes. So we have these outlets available where you can kind of reach us.
Also, you can hit us on Instagram and Twitter at UrbanX_NYC. those are Twitter. It's the same thing on both Instagram and Twitter. Instagram was down today, and people were losing it.
Yeah, it was down. Yeah.
People were losing it.
Chicks was probably losing it the most because they can't get them $40 cash apps or whatever it is they doing, performing and whatever the hell you can book her and shit. I'm like, I can book you? Like, what are you, like a juggler? You juggle, oranges and shit, or you work at the circus? So, but when you married as long as I am, you out of the loop. You don't know the lingo.
Yeah.
You don't know all this shit. Yes, hit my Cash App and book me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, boo, we can book her. I don't know. So, in any event.
So I didn't know you told me this. Facebook is coming out with their own cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's called Libra or Calibra.
Calibra or Libra.
Yeah, Libra or Calibra. I believe it's Calibra. Starting next year, they have their own cryptocurrency coming out, and it's supposed to actually be backed by actual money. So it's not, it won't fluctuate as much as the other cryptocurrencies do.
Bitcoin, it's violent. Like,
right. That's violent. That's up, that's down. Yeah. This is supposed to be backed by actual coins.
Bitcoin is up right now.
Or something to that effect. And again, this is a step into the future. So this is why I don't know why you putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill when this will be obsolete soon. You know what I mean? So pay attention to what Facebook is doing.
What do you think about these companies just trying to get into the finance? Because remember, Apple was coming out with their own credit card.
Yes, Apple has their own credit card because that's the way to go now. You know what I mean? You know, how you do business and what's recognized. I'm pretty sure Money Coach will be able to go into that in greater detail.
Because I got questions.
Yeah, because I have questions about that as well, so that we can stay abreast.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out of the loop. I'm old fashioned. I keep cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, I do have a debit card if I do need to, operate in that realm. But the cryptocurrency is a new language, that we have to be abreast of, that the times around us are changing.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to get our crypto on. Maybe we'll come out with an UrbanX crypto.
The sounds of UrbanX.
We can come out with a UrbanX crypto.
Yeah.
But our shit just be good for shirts. Like, you get 20 crypto points, UrbanX points, toward a shirt or some shit. Hey.
So did you hear about cockroaches evolving?
Yeah.
To the point, like, a lot of them not dying from pesticides.
They can't. They are immortal.
Like,
These niggas can't die. And remember, in Hip Hop Decoded, I wrote a chapter called We Be Like Roaches. And it was, of course, an allegory in reference to every time they come out with a new form of boric acid, that the roaches become immune to it. So every time they came out with crack, we eventually lost some, but we became immune to it. Heroin before that, we lost some, but we became immune to it. Sugar, all these white things, salt, all of these things who knock us out, but we adjust, we're always going to be here. You know what I mean? So now, and they said roaches is the only thing that can survive an atomic blast, right? And now, I told you the story of your grandfather who put the roach bombs out.
Oh, yeah.
And bombed. Yeah. And all the roaches was all over the house. They had just moved in, painted, and they were tired. They said, we'll wake up in the morning. And when they woke up, all the goddamn roaches was gone. Right? Because they woke up. That shit only knocked them out.
Yeah.
Now you can't even knock these roaches. These niggas is like, you're going to put out a bar. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Keep it coming. So now these roaches, so what do you do?
Yeah.
Right?
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm going to put on my Timbs like a New Yorker.
And stomp their asses out. Exactly. Well, no, that's old school. You still can. And some of them, you got to hit them. And these motherfuckers fly.
Yeah,
some of them, so
I'd faint.
See, the bitch come out at you in the most thug dude when the roaches start flying. Because they don't pull that out all the time. Yeah. They'll run. Okay, and then all of a sudden they go, you know what? Motherfuckers turn into Batman and shit. and that's when the bitch come out of you.
I'd faint.
Yeah, the roaches start flying. That's next level shit. Yeah.
Yeah, not with that.
I'm not with that either.
Not with that at all.
Yeah.
So
then I saw one of these devices, because they got these pest control devices that's supposed to guarantee that you won't have no mice and none of that shit in your house. And the damn mouse was sleeping on top of the goddamn pest control thing. I don't know if you saw this on the internet.
No.
Yeah, it's supposed to send out these signals. You know what I mean? And the damn mouse was asleep on that shit, like, getting a Z's, getting a massage and shit. So so you know.
Okay. Sad story.
Okay.
Well, in like, why am I not surprised news?
Okay.
You know, so there was this boy, he was a 16-year-old New Jersey kid, and he was accused of raping and he was accused of raping a girl. Mm-hmm. And he even like recorded himself raping her. And the judge didn't want to send him to jail because he was a good kid from a good family, going to a good college.
Wow. I'm pretty sure he was white.
He was of the clear
perspection.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Persuasion. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many good black kids who made mistakes, who are up in prison right now? Mm-hmm. Let's not even talk about the exonerated 5, which is just a snapshot of some of the things we go through and have been going through, right? And the judge has the discretion to say, we're gonna let you ride so that you may go on in life. It's not the first time we heard that. Recently, remember this dude, he brutally raped on the college campus. White guy.
Oh, yeah.
Brutally raped a girl.
Yeah.
And the judge was lenient on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let him live his life. And, you know, so a lot of these guys, they belong to these secret societies. And their fathers are prominent figures within these organizations. That's the only thing that would make any kind of sense. And they come in there and throw some hand signs and this and that. And, you know, I may be above you outside of this realm, and you have to, you know, that's the only thing that could make any kind of sense in that, you know what I'm saying, in that regard. It's the only thing. Impossible to think anything else.
So before we get out of here, any questions from the chat? Oh, before we even get out of here, I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe.
Please like, share, and subscribe. We're heading for 40,000.
Yeah, we're right there. We need this.
Yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
You know what I'm saying? We're right there.
So we can get up to this 40,000. I'm doing heroin at 40,000? Or was that?
I think that was the deal.
Oh, was that 50,000?
That was, you know, it was 50. It was 50.
50,000.
50.
I'm springing up. Oh. So anyway, we need your support.
Thank you for the people who are with us every week. Thank you for the people who listen on Apple Music, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Radio Public. What else? We everywhere. I'm not gonna
lie. Questions. Where was the Pride movement, Darren Watson? That was in New York this year. That happened.
Oh yeah.
It's a worldwide thing though. I believe it travels, the actual parade.
Oh, okay.
But I believe it was in the United States and New York in particular this year. Any questions in the chat? Oh, I should do fentanyl? Nah, I think that's white boy shit. I can't.
Nah.
I fucking around and do fentanyl and be out of here.
He said nah. Somebody said they got the book you recommended, The Jews of Hollywood. I think somebody hit me on that.
A League of Their Own. I forget the name of the Hollywood book.
Yeah. How the Jews Built Hollywood.
How the Jews Built Hollywood. Very good book. Because remember, they did it off of us. Making fun of us. Right. What's the name of that movie? And The Minstrel, but that main black movie. I'm cashing
Bamboozled.
in. Huh?
Bamboozled.
Not Bamboozled.
What are you talking about?
It's a movie from the 50s.
Oh, that Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Not the Nate Parker one.
Right, not the Nate Parker one, the one before that. Yeah. So they were getting in favor with regular white people by making fun of us. So now they have Hollywood built, and this goes back to our conversation about Tyler Perry and him building his own, right? So, and he's going through not a similar process, but him doing the female thing it ridicules us. But 400 years from now, who will care?
Right.
Right? When you look at how powerful Hollywood is now for the real estate agents who continue to run it, 400 years from now, Tyler Perry may start something, and as a sacrifice that he made, it may be a lot of people who benefit. I'm not condoning, I'm simply saying this is the way this kind of works.
Interesting.
Yes, are the gays getting reparations? I better get mine before they get theirs.
No, I don't think it's gonna be reparations, but the laws that they're getting, damn near like, because first of all, when it comes to reparation and in the discussion from like conservatives, they consider Obama's election as reparations for us.
Yes,
even though he didn't do anything, that's a token when you had your president. Yeah, and they're serious with that. Yeah. You know what? Let's go to another commercial break. Another commercial? Oh, we out of here.
No, let's pay one more bill.
Okay.
Let's pay one more bill before we get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, and this could be your commercial.
Oh,
in the future.
Facts.
In the future.
Not yet though.
Yeah.
Not yet though.
Icons. Celebrities covering one eye who are sworn to secrecy to mislead the masses into a life of negativity by way of destructive behaviors, i.e. drugs, sex, violence, etc. Most of these celebrities you see in the music industry and in Hollywood have taken a sworn oath to protect what they have going and to have you being misled by using drugs, violence, and all of these other crazy behaviors. Be careful. Beware of those who are pointing at one eye, covering one eye, or trying their best to shut down your first eye. Log on to UrbanX.nyc for the latest in apparel, or shop UrbanX.com to pick up the latest in our not so subtle teas. And we thank you for your support. Peace.
And we're back.
And we are back. You can get that Icon shirt.
Yeah, I like that one.
Right? That's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
Go to shop UrbanX.com. We not playing.
Yeah.
We doing it out here. We doing it out here.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. So what do we have going on? We'll be back on our regular schedule next week.
Yeah.
Right? Next week, Thursday. I'm glad, you guys tuned in tonight with us.
There's a lot of y'all tonight. We appreciate the support for real, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for the show. Stay cool. Adwa, we appreciate you. Somebody said Obama's the one who ushered in the LBG. He became the vessel for that. That is a fact. I can't deny that. But this is why we say don't put your hope in individuals. Mm-hmm. You have to walk your own walk because there's always an agenda. You know what I mean? And a narrative being pushed above the general narrative that most people think is going on.
Yeah. Any other questions from the chat? Because we here. No?
Questions?
Any questions before we get out of here?
Questions?
No questions. All right. No? It's a lot of dead air.
I
don't like this.
All right. Well, with that being said,
I'm Malcolm. This is the Black Dot.
Yes.
This is the Urban X podcast. We appreciate everybody for listening, everybody for watching, our YouTube viewership, our podcast listenership.
Yes.
Stay cool out there this weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
If you putting some burgers on the grill, do that. If you're not, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Whatever works. We don't judge here.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So with that being said,
peace.